Alright guys and gals, been a while since I've given you really any real updates about what's going on here at the 5 Up Garage, and some updates to some modification lists on some of the bikes. And I figure I'd do a real quick impromptu off the cuff video, which is what you guys used to love, was off the cuff. So we have, as you've seen in some of the previous videos, the Triumph Rocket 3 GT 2021 model year. This monster is now Bren tuned, and it is truly a monster because it is Bren tuned, along with the other modifications we've done with the Carpenter Race exhaust on it, and the modifications even done to the Carpenter Race exhaust that you can't just purchase from Mr. Bob Carpenter. So this bike ended up picking up big power, big torque with just tuning alone. We used it as an R&D bike, so any of you Rocket owners are watching this video right now, you can thank me now, because this thing is a monster to the point where I believe I'm probably going to have to do an aftermarket rear shock that has more rear suspension control for rebound, because of the way that these things pick up and unload the tire and shatter the tire and everything else all the way through third gear now. So speed limiter is raised over 200 miles an hour. Doesn't mean it'll go that fast. It's not that great through the air, but it's still a lot of fun to ride. So what I did to the Carpenter exhaust was put a big core in there and wrapped it with the FMF 4-stroke packing. And then my buddy Denny, that has you've seen in some of my previous videos, he's a badass fabricator, aerospace welder, and we put a reverse cone on here reminiscent to the old Triumphs with the Tridents, and even the Bonnevilles, like the 68 Bonneville I have of my father's still in back. They had reverse cones on them, on their Megs. So that was stuff that only the race team got. So this header is going to go out and get ceramic coated, but right now let's do a quick sound test. This old girl, we got to pull the clutch in order to start it, so excuse my two-handed operation here. With the helmet on, super livable. Cruising with the cruise control, 65 miles an hour on the back roads, does not bother me at all. Previous to that, it was pretty rough. It was super loud. So it's obviously already been warmed up. She's all cleaned up, getting ready to put her away for the season. Sounds very different. Almost sounds like a big car engine, because it's a just under a 2500 cc triple over square engine. But listen to this thing. I think this thing sounds super tasteful, and it sounds great now that we got her revving to 8,000 RPMs when we are making some full throttle, wide open, clutchless, upshifting, quick shifted passes. Harley killer, I'll have to say it. She's a Harley killer. Now, not only are we done with this with Bren tuning, my multi V4 Pikes Peak is going in to get Bren tuned right now. Like, when I say in, it's going in the garage right now, because I already took the bike apart, sent out the ECU to have it decoded. I already had the Ducati up map, and I did the full Ducati Akrapovic exhaust on this thing. And I'm probably gonna end up doing more to the Pikes Peak than I ever did my original multi GT from 2014. That was my first Ducati that I endured so much. Got the trunk on the back so I can keep my toilet paper whenever the shitter's full, Clark. We're set to go on long trips, and drinks, obviously, because that's an important thing. But this bike, I plan on doing some more work to, more carbon bits and pieces, 520 conversion, and we're preliminary starting to tune this bike, remove some torque limiters, and went even further with it. But we'll see how she sounds here. Again, bike has been fully warmed up. but beautiful lighting on the bike. This Acura has a crossover center H muffler resonator down in there, not only with the quiet core removed on the ending can there, but it has that, which really makes it a very tasteful sound. This 1158 V4 Gran Turismo sounds amazing. I cannot wait to see the new Diavel V4, because if you've been following me since my beginnings, I had two Diavels and I love those bikes. And I said it over a year ago when the V4 was introduced in the standard Multistrada that they would probably adopt that Gran Turismo high mileage service interval 178 horse badass into a Diavel, which this motor makes power everywhere. Even if the peak torque numbers aren't what the 1260 was, overall it's a better riding engine. The fueling's better. The Ducati's not going backwards here, they're only going forwards. I've ridden 1260s before. I've ridden the VVT 1200 and the 1200 that came in my 2015 Diavel Titanium. Love a V-twin on the street, but the only thing that is better than a V-twin on the street is a V4. And let's not forget Miss Stella. So this has been another project for my girlfriend Christy. She purchased this brand new 2022 carbon pack and full CNC billet package. So it's a competition, I guess you could say, options with the Gillies tooling levers on it, the brake guard on it, beautiful Gillies tooling rear sets, and it came full carbon with carbon wheels, carbon front fender, some other carbon bits, and we're adding carbon also. These parts are at the dealer, we're adding those in carbon. This is from Manny at Moto Million, the full 6 rear covering there, upper and lower for the tail section in carbon. Manny also supplied this beautiful full titanium Akrapovic exhaust system with the full carbon can, and also supplied us with all the titanium bits. We got some Pro Tie stuff on there, a couple other brands, and anodized blue. We're going to send the covers out to get rid of that nasty thoughtless gold that's on there, bronzish color, to be Cerakoted to match the rear subframe. So Cerakote's new to me. We're going to give it a try. I think it's going to look great on this bike. We have a custom Louis Moto seat cover coming, and this is really one of her first leader bikes, that's for sure. So overall, this is an awesome package too. Again, Bren Tuning helped me out huge with this. It's the full Bren package. It's got the flapper delete, the other emissions, the pair block offs done, IAT relocator, the killer flash from them also, and what else was done to it? Well, just the full exhaust and the F1 P08 F1 Sprint filter from Brock's, and all the lowering parts are from Brock's also. So Uncle Brock hooked me up on all that stuff, which was great. But this bike sounds as S1000 should, which is amazeballs. Bike looks sinister as hell. Sounds great, super smooth, and it's just loud enough for when she does a little accidental rev bomb to scare old women off of their canes or walkers, which is downright hilarious as long as it's not your grandmother. And inside the 5-Up garage here, we are doing some Hayabusa work. Love the Hayabusa. No, this is not 5-Up's Hayabusa. That is currently at Bren Tuning for a development bike, helping them out, help me out, help them out, help all of you out with 3rd gen Hayabusas. So this is a player in the YouTube-ish game, Mr. 650 Ebe, and we sent the motor out to do some select updates to it. Maybe. Nah, I don't know. Maybe it just went out for polishing. I think a chrome engine covers and a 300 section rear tire is going to be... No, that's so horrible. That's not what you come to my channel for. Then we got Mr. Ninja, which is a Hayabusa, which is really weird. But working on this turbo bike, Gen 2. It is a full Rick's build, which is from Garden City. It's lower Michigan. That's where Rick's Performance Cycle is out of. The beautiful work on the bike. This bike makes over 400 plus to the tire on pump gas. Makes over 500 wheel on the good stuff, C16. And we are setting her up to actually get down and leave hard, pull some weight out of it, and do some beauty stuff on it, and do some big brake upgrades. Got the RCS 19 clutch master cylinder and RCS 19 RCS Corsa Corda adjustable brake master. They got the 310 millimeter Brembo T-drive semi-floating rotors. We have the calipers, the M4s being sent out for painting to match this beautiful red color, the special edition, limited edition Hayabusa, and same thing going for this. So we already got 330 millimeter calipers. We're getting rid of all the rubber brake lines for all Spiegler braided stainless custom lines that tag into the factory ABS and factory steel brake lines, so we don't lose any of those safety amenities. And this bike will be rolling too. Very soon. It'll have a little bit longer swinging arm on it. Swing arm. Oh my God, I said it. Guys, I said it. The guy's rubbing off on me. Man. But overall, this is a slight garage update. The super leg is chilling in the house. Did not get rid of the super leg. Me and the missus actually have 2 new BMWs on the way. It's surreal, unbelievable, but yeah, since 2016 I have not purchased a new BMW. I still have my 2016 wrecked bike, BMW S1000rr. That's going to be a HP4 race replica. Mr. Rowdy Built has already beat me to it because he's not phoning up. He is doing a actual HP4 race butchered bike, and I am not. I'm going to make mine look like HP4 race because it's a beautiful, beautiful bike. And this bike here is uncertain what we're going to do with it. This is her first leader bike, and I don't think Stella's going anywhere. Maybe we'll put an arm on it. Maybe she'll start smacking you guys around at her 110-pound curb weight of a rider, and start making guys like Dr. Gap quiver at night, chewing on his binky. But what I probably should mention is I have a K66 coming. Yes, M1000rr is on its way from BMW Motorcycles Southeast. So those guys are hooking us up over there with a beautiful 50th anniversary M1000rr. So I am getting that beautiful yellow bike that will sit alongside my super leg, be set up the same way my super leg is, and I'll have a new BMW. And Christy just put her order in for the new M1000 2023 competition. So she is going in head first. She met just the right person to help her spend her hard-earned money on beautiful bikes. So, you know, many thanks to BMW Southeast, Triumph Detroit. Have a huge love for those guys. I always recommend some great motorcycles that they can get you over there. And then also Ducati Detroit. The guys over there kill it. Same owners as BMW Southeast. And I will continue purchasing bikes from these great businesses that will be there for the long haul, to be here to help all of us continue enjoying this amazing hobby. You guys have a great evening. Signing off. 5 up.